Today in Portland, Oregon, the Portland Community College strike has international students staring down a hard April 22nd deadline that could decide whether they stay in school or get forced out of the country. I'm Dean Bark. Welcome to the City Report with Dean Bark in Portland, Oregon. Let's cut to the chase. First up, PCC strike puts international students' future in jeopardy. Portland Community College, the state's largest community college, has been shut down by a faculty and staff strike since March 11th. Winter term ended March 22nd without normal instruction, which is a crisis for F1 visa holders who must be enrolled full-time to keep their legal status. The crucial date is April 22nd. If they aren't back to full-time enrollment, they could face deportation. PCC estimates roughly 350 international students are enrolled. The strike, of course, affects thousands across the college, but this group has an immigration clock ticking that doesn't pause for a picket line. PCC has advised international students to consider transferring to other institutions to maintain status, but that's easier said than done. Midterm transfers come with transcript gaps, housing scrambles, and new tuition bills. Financial aid and graduation timelines are hanging by a thread. And here's a data point. International enrollment at PCC is down about 50% over the past decade. Moments like this won't help that trend. Opinion. This situation starkly illustrates how vulnerable international students are during labor disputes. A strike can halt classes, but immigration law doesn't take a snow day. Moving on, Portland curler battles federal ban on trans athletes. Sarah Maywalt, a Portland-based transgender curler, has been protesting a federal executive order issued in February 2025 under former President Trump. That order bans trans women from competing in women's divisions of federally sanctioned sports. USA Curling, the national governing body sanctioned by the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee, is following that federal line, while Evergreen Curling Club in Beaverton has kept its inclusive local policy. Maywalt's sustained protests against the restrictions, however, led to her being effectively expelled from the club. At the heart of this is a dispute over fairness standards in women's sport. Supporters and critics of the ban draw very different lines on competitive equity. The tension is clear. A local club saying everyone's welcome collides with a national framework that says otherwise. Opinion. It's clear that local inclusivity can clash with national policies, and Maywalt's fight highlights this tension. Well, that's one way to look at it, when the rink rules and Washington rules don't match. Let's pivot to the next story. Controversy erupts over PCC president's trademarked slogan usage. Adrienne Bennings, the president of Portland Community College, is facing a state ethics complaint. The issue is her personal trademark, a slogan reading "One Together, Together One." It was filed in August 2023 and has appeared in PCC marketing. Kian Truong, a PCC board member, filed a complaint on March 19th alleging a potential conflict of interest that a public office could be used for private gain. The Oregon Government Ethics Commission, the state watchdog agency, is reviewing the case. The question under the law is not about catchiness. It's about disclosure, oversight, and whether a public role benefits a private brand. This is all playing out as PCC has been grappling with budget cuts and program eliminations, which heightens scrutiny on leadership decisions. Opinion. This case underscores the importance of transparency when personal interests intersect with public office. Branding 101. If you trademark it, expect questions when it shows up on taxpayer-funded banners. Shifting gears, Michigan media giant acquires Portland and Seattle magazines, leading to major staff layoffs. Our Media, a Michigan-based company specializing in regional magazines, has purchased Seattle Met and Portland Monthly out of receivership. The sale closed March 23rd for about $1.6 million. The previous owner, Saga City, founded in 2003 by Nicole and Scott Vogel, had expanded into several markets but was deep in debt, owing roughly $2.5 million to First Fed Bank and $2.1 million to the U.S. Small Business Administration. The new ownership move was followed by significant layoffs on March 31st and April 1st, including the editors-in-chief at both magazines, cutting their editorial teams to the bone. Seattle Met has racked up awards in recent years, and Portland Monthly is a fixture for food criticism and city features, so the cuts land hard in our region's media ecosystem. Opinion. The sale underscores the harsh realities of today's media finances. Print isn't dead, it's just frequently sold, reorganized, and downsized. Last up, ex-LA homelessness chief chosen to tackle Portland's growing crisis. Nathaniel Vergao, formerly with the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority, Los Angeles lead homelessness response agency, has been selected to direct Multnomah County's Homeless Services Department. The appointment, announced April 2nd, is pending approval by the county's Board of Commissioners. Vergao is slated to start May 4th. Vergao's background includes scaling shelter capacity in Los Angeles, particularly during COVID. Here, he faces a tight budget, a push to better connect shelter to affordable housing, and looming federal funding cuts by 2028. By the latest count in January, nearly 8,800 people were experiencing unsheltered homelessness in Multnomah County, underscoring the need for rapid results. Dan Field, the prior director, retired in June 2025, leaving the seat in need of a steady hand. Opinion. Vergao's arrival is timely, but the road is steep and the clock is fast. Here's the latest scoop. Fresh leadership helps, but execution is everything. And that's your report for today from the City Report with Dean Bark in Portland, Oregon. Keep informed and join us again tomorrow for more updates.